Listen to what Gary Gensler is saying in this clip. What he's talking about is a potential for multiple Bitcoin spot ETFs to be passed at the same time. Check out the clip.
We didn't appeal last Friday. I think that's accurate.
So you could still in the future in another form.
But what we have in front of us, just so that the viewing public understands, we have not one, but multiple, I think it's 8 or 10 filings that the staff and ultimately the commission is considering for what's called exchange traded products, for Bitcoin to be in a security. So the Bitcoin would be held, and then there would be something called an exchange-traded product, and that would trade on various stock exchanges. And those filings are in front of us. I can't prejudge any one of them, but there's 8 or 10 that we're looking at.
And with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. We're getting straight into it, as always. First update from TA Trader Allen. We're seeing a repeat of a 2013 top. We have the 2015 bottom, then a consolidation before a blast off. Well, look at here. The 2021 top, the 2022 bottom. Now we're going through the consolidation phase. And then are we going to see a repeat from 2016 to 2018 where we had that major run up? Or are we going to have more lulling out? Are we going to have lower price action? Are we going to go up to the top? If history's any indication, it looks like these patterns are very similar. More bullishness from Stock Money Lizards. What he's showing you is that this is an uptrend. But the difference is this price goes into an uptrend, but then has a breakout. But this price was bearish price action and then started to come up and then a breakout. So these charts don't really match, but looking at the Bitcoin history, you can see that this happened before. Even from the 2017 peak, we came down and we started to put in higher lows and higher highs, started to stair step our way out the depths. This is the pandemic dump here. And then we had some fake outs up here and then came out, actually broke out, flipped this resistance to support. This was after the 2020 halving. Note that. Then we had that run up to the upside. Look here, the fractal pattern looks very similar. We came down, bottomed out, now stair stepping our way up. Haven't had any breakouts or fake outs yet. Now, the one thing to note is this fractal pattern is around February of 2024. This fractal pattern was way out to October of 2021, really where that peak was, the ultimate peak. So we broke out of this fractal pattern way before the apex, and right now we're getting into the apex. So are we going to get as bullish as quick? And time will definitely tell, or are we going to wait till after the halving once again? Either way you cut the cloth, both of these fractal patterns are looking bullish because you have a bear market, the trend changes, higher lows and higher highs, then blast up to the upside. Now putting a low in, higher lows and higher highs. When's that blast off going to be and how high is it going to go? 88 Velvet is showing you the bullishness as well. You see that we broke up to this $65,000, $69,000 peak, had that lull out. Look what we're doing. We're breaking through this downwards resistance, flip it to support, now once, twice, and double bottoming out. And this is seeming extremely bullish. And look here, this is even another bullish indication. As you just see, what does this look like? This looks like a huge double bottom pattern. And if we do have any indication of how high this could go, if we take this from the peak up here around 31.8 down to the bottom, and we do have a definite breakout, how high could this technical target actually take us if we break out of this upward support level? This could take us all the way up to $38,000 in the short to midterm, but as you see, that would get us back above the 20 and 200 moving average. As you see, we're getting ready to have that bullish cross. When that happens, that's off to the races. Another thing you need to pay attention to is the Bitcoin dominance, because the Bitcoin dominance has been ripping up to the upside, 52.5%. But the last time we went from a bear market to a bull market, or getting out the depths of the bear, Bitcoin blasted up and put in new highs before it was an alt season. Now, how high are we going to go before Bitcoin stalls out? So you see that Bitcoin actually put in an overbought territory here, actually came back down and reset, This was all through 2019-18. This was a bear market. And then peaked out, this was the ultimate alt rally right here. This was after the halving though. So how long have we been into this green area? Zooming into this super guppy indicator, we can see we've been in this green area about 175 days. So if we see how long this lasted before, when Bitcoin flipped in the bear market roughly 4 years ago, we can see here to here is roughly 225 days. So we didn't hit this peak until 90 days in, but ultimately was in this green area for 225, 245 days. Could we see more upwards momentum? One thing to note, zoom into this price action, note this downwards trend line. Bitcoin came up, and right now, at the current time it's recording, is actually breaking out of this. Could we see Bitcoin break above this, flip this from resistance to support, and then have a continuation to this upside around the 58 to 60% threshold? This is for the Bitcoin dominance. Remember, the ETH Bitcoin comparative, this is something to pay attention to. Look what just happened. We had this red area call out. When the red area started here, ETH fell off a cliff in comparison to Bitcoin. But we could see a lot lower price action. Why do we say this? Because the last time we seen this bearish cross of the 20 and the 200, let's get rid of this super guppy indicator and show you what we see. The last time this orange line crossed from top to bottom on this blue line, what actually happened? This is the 200 and the 20. So we had more downwards pressure, more downward sell pressure. So you can see from here when this crossed, the price action actually went down another almost 50%. Well, look, we just crossed here just now, a few weeks back. This is around late August, early September. Since then, what we have, a 17% move. There could be some more downwards price action. Could we go down to this macro support line with this orange line? We'll fall another probably 15%. Right now, alts is not where you want to be. This just happened. We could fall even further. If Bitcoin takes off because of an ETF, then alts could definitely bleed against Bitcoin. The Bitcoin dominance could stair step its way up towards that 60 threshold, and everything else will continue to melt against Bitcoin. And some more news. Bitcoin has outperformed every major asset class year to date. It's not even close. Gold, stocks, cash, real estate, any of the above. Look where Bitcoin's at versus all of these. Bitcoin is the fastest horse in the race. Some things like gold and real estate can retain your purchasing power and also yield you some cash flow, like residential real estate. But is it the fastest horse in the race? Is it the most appreciated asset year over year? That's Bitcoin. Without further ado, let's hear from Cathie Wood and get her take on what's happening with these spot ETFs. Let's hear from Cathie.
It was publicized and disclosed, I think it was last week, that we had responded to the SEC's request for information around our Bitcoin filing, and we responded. And that's basically all we can say. I think many people think the fact that the SEC chose to ask questions is a change in behavior. And therefore, I do think hopes are rising that or a number of Bitcoin ETFs will be approved. And I do believe maybe the reason they're saying by the end of the year, early next year, I know our final deadline on this filing is January 10th. And so, and I think we're first in line. But as you say, a number of Bitcoin ETFs could be approved at the same time.